her roller skating on the beach or poking you on Facebook. So please give it up for Goddess Gloria!
My mouth. All right, give it up for yourselves. Look at all these beautiful people here. Hello, everyone. I'm Goddess Gloria. Thank you. I'm a healer. It's what I do. And I am ever more aware of the reality that I am you, you are me, and we are one. So if I bomb, you bomb. Namaste. It means the light in me respects the light in you. Religions don't matter, but they are lucrative. I recently came out of the closet. Thank you. The crazy closet. I was born into crazy. My parents were both immigrants from 2 different countries. My mother was a healer. My father practiced black magic. So naturally, they put me in Catholic school. Talk about dysfunctional. In my family, we take functional and we just diss it. Growing up, I was a tomboy in a Catholic schoolgirl uniform. And my mother would always yell at me, "Gloria, don't go play in your uniform because everyone will see your underwear." So I took off my underwear. When I was in 3rd grade, it was legal for teachers to spank students. The nuns would walk around with these heavy yardsticks, and when we misbehaved, they would whack us on the butt. And that's how fetishes are born. I survived Catholic school. Comedy is my reward. I'm now a minister. And thank you. The best part about being a minister is that I have the power to absolve people of their sins. Yeah, so by the powers vested in me, you are absolved of your sins. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I just founded a church, Church of Sacred Light. It's a cannabis church. You know, weed. I make my own oils and edibles, and I even make suppositories for people who don't want to experience the fun side of cannabis. Did you know that you were born with cannabinoid receptors throughout your entire body? Even breast milk has cannabinoids. That's why babies are always so happy. They're high. You gotta call all your brand new mommies. "Hey sister, bring those titties over here." My turn. Next time you see a mommy breastfeeding, you gotta go over and say, "Excuse me, baby, can I get a hit off that?" Stop bullguarding that nipple. Suck, suck, pass. Can you imagine with these drugs, I can get you all high. You get a hit, you get a hit, everybody gets a hit. JD, you get 2 hits.
Thank you.
It's coming. It's coming. All right, it's coming out of my pocket. All right, God wants you to masturbate. Otherwise, your arms would be shorter. That's like giving your kids an Xbox and saying, "Don't play with that or you'll go blind." Gentlemen, if she doesn't want to have sex with you, you're doing it wrong. Ladies, you gotta tell him. He's got balls, but they're not crystal balls. In my work as a healer, I teach my students to see their reflection in everyone. And so one day my daughter asked me, she's like, "Mom, what's wrong? You look upset." And I said, oh, I just realized I'm an asshole. She's like, Mom, I didn't think you'd see that until you were in your 60s. Yeah, and you know, the pandemic was a great time of magical reflection. I realized I'm a cunt. I had no idea. Any other cunts in the house?
Yep.
All right. I was in the middle of being cunted when I realized that's my reflection, it's me. And I even told my daughter, I said, honey, I just realized I'm a cunt. She's like, Mom, that's progress. I can no longer get mad at the cunts. Forgive the cunts, for they know not what they do. Let's all forgive the cunts together. I want you to repeat with me. I forgive the cunt in me for everything.
I forgive the cunt in me for everything.
And then one more time, I forgive the cunt in everyone for everything.
I forgive the cunt in everyone for everything.
Good job. Give yourselves a hand. You know, apologizing can be so difficult, especially when you're right. And a simple apology is not going to cut it when you've been a cunt. That takes a whole nother level of apology. First, you have to admit it. I'm sorry. I'm a cunt. And then you have to take it a level higher and offer an amends. Can I clean for you? Can I cook for you? Can I lick your pickle? All right, meet me in the bathroom, man. When you're angry 100% of the time, you're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but whoever you're angry at, you're giving all of your power to them. I want to help you take your power back. On the count of 3, you're going to yell, I take my power back. 1, 2, 3.
I take my power back.
All right, yes you do. All right, would anyone like their psychic messages?
I'll say what?
Psych. That costs extra.
Only if it's good.
I usually don't like telling people I'm psychic because they always ask for free advice. My advice? Stop asking for free advice. You get what you pay for. So I recently republished my book. It's called Life Shift Session. It's on Amazon. Yeah. I put an emergency section in there, so if you feel like kicking someone's ass or beating the shit out of somebody, you open the book to the back and you start coloring. Just color. That motherfucker. Ooh, that's pretty. Gentlemen of Facebook and Instagram, please stop sending me your dick pics.
Yeah.
If you want to impress me, send me your bank statement pic. If you have to send your dick pic, put a ruler next to it.
Yeah.
It's called transparency. I hate texting. Anybody else hate texting? There's too much room for misinterpretation, right?
Yes.
If you need to get in touch with me, you're going to do it the old school way. You got to call me.
Woo!
If you want to feel neglected, text me. If you want to feel abandoned, email me. So I get this text, sex and lunch, ? And I'm like, hell yeah. So I ate an apple and masturbated. Like, thanks for the reminder. Sex for lunch. Come on. You gotta be like the birds of paradise. Anyone seen the birds of paradise? When a male bird gets horny, he goes and he cleans the whole area, puts some gifts in the corner, and starts calling out the females. And when the female gets there, he starts dancing and singing, which gets the attention of all the other male birds. Then they all fly over and start competing. That's what I'm talking about. Sex for lunch. Sometimes it's hard to get rid of men, so I tell them, you know I'm psychic, right? I don't see you in my future. I I miss my life partner, Bertha. She was so beautiful. She could lick herself down there. She was the most adorable little puppy. She could lick herself for like 45 minutes. Not that I'm watching. I'm jealous. I'd have to break my back to get into that position, but if my tongue was proportionate to hers, oh, I'd find a way. I'm surprised she doesn't lick it longer. Hell, I'd never leave the house. And then when she's done, she just sits there and licks her lips like, that was good. Then she kisses me on the lips. And she's right. Speaking of lips, aging sucks. I cough, pee comes out. I sneeze, it's a burst of pee. Sometimes I queef. Each time I pause and you laugh, I'm doing my kegels. You know, kegels are really important. They keep all of the pee inside of you. So we're all gonna do a kegel together. Alright, some of you know how to do this, and for those of you who don't, it's like chewing a piece of gum with your butt. And then you're gonna hold it. Alright, don't start yet, I see you. He's blowing bubbles over there. Alright, it's like chewing a piece of gum, you're gonna hold it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, hold it. And release. Good job, you just did a kegel. Give yourselves a hand. Okay. Did you know that marijuana cures depression?
Yeah.
It's hard to be depressed when you can't stop smiling. It also cures anger. You take one hit, you forget who was president. You got too much stuff in your head, you take one bong hit, shuts down the shitty committee. Are you an asshole? That might take a whole joint, but your family and friends will thank you. So I use marijuana in my healing practice, and I also use a lot for myself, for PTSD, OCD, ADHD, CUNT, hyperanxiety, and now menopause. Anyone else get hot flashes? Just me? Well, it's like you burn up inside and then you get sucker punched in the stomach. So you start getting hot and you notice all the men. Oh! Pause. Menopause. I don't know why it's called menopause. They should call it vagina giving up. They can only take a pounding for so long. So I go to the doctor for a headache, and he looks me right in the eyes, and he says, "May I put my finger in your rectum?" So I looked him back in the eyes, and I said, "May I put my finger in your rectum?" We compromised. I put my finger in my own rectum. You should try it. So I recently wrote a meditation, or manifestation through orgasm. It works. I recommend daily practice. You know, orgasm is the most powerful energy we have available to us. It's how we create humans. And so if you think of all your dreams and goals as you're about to orgasm, you will reach them. Especially if your goal is to orgasm. Alright, so we're all going to try it together. Don't start. I think it's time for us to get back to nature. You know, bees don't compare themselves to other bees. They just coexist. And bee colonies are run by queens. She gets to tell all the boy bees what to do. 200 of you, go get me some food. 300 of you, tend to my babies. 500 of you tend to me. I should write children's books. So I wanted to let you know that this entire human experience is just an illusion. You are so much more than your tiny little bodies. Touch your arms. Come on, touch your leg. Oh, you're really good at that. Not only that, but we're creating it with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So if you don't like what's happening in your life, stop being an asshole. Every word you say is a command, and your ancestors are always with you, even when you masturbate. Especially when you masturbate. They love that shit. She knows. Did you know that cannabis is considered an entheogen? An entheogen is something that gets you closer to God. During that pandemic, I was getting close to God 5 times a day. I'm close to God right now. So my friend asks if I'm addicted to cannabis. And I said, well, let me see. I've been using it since my kids were preteens and now they're adults. And in that time, I wrote 4 books, changed my career, and became a famous comic. And I have a list. I raised 2 humans, became a minister, was in an award-winning live play in Hollywood, did 2 international award-winning radio dramas, live television, live radio, developed a spiritual coaching practice, founded a church and healing center. I have my own line of cannabis, and I'm ready to go on tour. Yes, I'm addicted. Cannabis is the gateway plant to making all your dreams come true. Now you know. So my son asked me, he's like, Mom, are you more psychic when you're high? And I said, I knew you were going to say that. And he's like, Mom, are you racist? I'm like, oh, come on, we're all racist. We grew up like that. In the 70s, walking down the street in Los Angeles, I would get yelled at. Go back to Mexico, you fucking wetback. And I would yell back, I was born here, Dad. I'm Goddess Gloria. Thank you so much.